Good morning. Mike Richardson with Jessup Manufacturing, and let's see, it's almost at the top of the hour, just turned 11 o'clock. So we'll go ahead and get started. Thanks for joining me this morning and Digital Color Inc. as we introduce two new exciting TexWalk products to our line of graphic media. We're introducing this morning TexWalk's Canvas and TexWalk Smooth products. Great, it really extended the TexWalk product into now a family of offerings. You may have used TexWalk or standard TexWalk in the past for floor graphics as well as wall graphics. And we had people ask us, yeah, we love your TexWalk on the walls, but we would like to offer something different on as far as the texture. Do you have a smooth version, or do you have a something different that we can take a look at? So we listened to what the market was telling us, and we made some new offerings here. We've taken what you knew about the regular TexWalk, and we feel like we made it even better. So these new applications are great for accent walls and customized wall coverings. New markets that you can serve will be commercial and residential interior design. And it's a new, hopefully expands a new way to put more profit into your pocket. We made it better without compromising what you already know about TexWalk. So your traditional application being a temporary signage, COVID messaging, safety messaging, advertising all remains the same. Your traditional markets for retail, schools, commercial, industrial remains the same. And your traditional TexWalk is still being offered. So here's a digital representation of what the new surfaces look like. A TexWalk canvas obviously has a canvas embossed pattern, and looks once you print on it, looks like a canvas print. And the smooth version is just that. It's TexWalk, but smooth, no texture at all. At the end of the presentation, I'll be glad to take some questions, but just go through a couple more slides here and tell you about what's new about these two new versions. We have had them tested, independently tested, and they do certify as a Type 1 wall covering, and that's for wall applications, obviously. They are tested ASTM E84 Class A fire certified, and these new certificates do apply to the entire TexWalk family. So our standard TexWalk, as well as these two new versions, are covered under these certificates. Also, obviously, what's new, without even needing to say it, is that the actual textures of them are different than new. What's the same? Well, print and go. We've coined the phrase print and go for many of the products in Jessup's line of graphic media, where you can print on them and then go and install them. There's no need for a post-secondary treatment, be it lamination or what have you. So single pass print and go. What's also the same is the 14 mil vinyl with the fabric reinforced scrim. So this holds the media dimensionally stable. So if you're doing panels of wall coverings, you can do either a butt seam, a butt kiss cut seam, or if your installer is used to doing the vinyl method of overlapping, they can do it that way as well. The adhesive is the same on canvas and smooth as our standard TexWalk, and that's our removable, repositionable adhesive that sticks to a variety of surfaces, including low VOC paints, but it sticks well to brick surfaces, cinder block walls, regular painted sheetrock walls, paneling, any type of paneling that may be on the wall. This adhesive is compatible with all of those surfaces. As long as you keep the adhesive clean when you remove it, you can stick it back up. So it is repositionable. It is removable without leaving residue behind. Obviously, there's no need to paste the product with any type of adhesive because the adhesive is built into it. It's peel and stick. The width of these products are 48 inches, so they're easy to handle, especially if you're hanging panels. 48 inches is a good width that an installer can hold wide and install the panel. Of course, it's printable with UV, latex, solvent, eco solvent, and the TexWalk Smooth can be screen printed. That's a question I would often get about a regular TexWalk is, can it be screen printed? And to be honest with you, I would just rely back to the in-use printer, the screen printer themselves, show them the sample and say, and ask them, do you think you can get good contact with the screen down on the surface? Because it was textured, and I never really knew if they had the capability of forcing the ink down into the valleys of the standard TexWalk. Well, with TexWalk Smooth, since it is a smooth finish, I know that's not going to be an issue. So TexWalk Smooth is screen printable. Here's just some pictures of some applications. Obviously, hot right now is your COVID social distancing messaging going on, whether that's in schools, office lobbies, retail stores, what have you. Those are real popular right now. So these are great products that can be used in these applications. Here's a picture of a retail accent wall where it can be used, and then just some standardized industrial type messaging where it can be used as well. And I would also like to mention a new application or a new need that I'm seeing out in the market, and that is for the backs of seats. Again, related to COVID messaging, and they want to socially distance students, whether it's in an auditorium type classroom, whether it's on a school bus, and they need something to stick to the back of either a hard plastic seat covering or a fabric seat covering, or in the case of a school bus, be it a vinyl type seat covering. TexWalk sticks very well and removes cleanly, very durable, and is a great product for that. So really, any of our three TexWalk products, be it Canvas, Smooth, or our standard TexWalk, would work great in all of those applications. I'd love to take some questions. If anybody has a question, let's see. We may have a question up here. Does it leave a residue when removing, and if it has been on the wall over a few years? We have seen that it has not. Now, we rate the product up to 3 years, 36 months interior, but we see that when you remove the product, and we do have a video on proper removal, that you want to pull the product down on itself. So start up in the top left corner and pull it down to the bottom right corner. So you're like pulling it at a 45-degree angle, but back on itself. With any adhesive product, what you don't want to do is you don't want to pull the product out at a 90-degree angle. Now that will increase the likelihood of leaving a residue behind. So always try and peel it down away or back onto itself, like at a 180-degree angle, so that you're unzipping it off the roll. Can you cut it on a plotter, or do you need a flatbed cutter? Both devices do work. You do want to use a sharp blade because there is a fabric reinforced scrim in it. You do want to make sure that you have a sharp blade while you are cutting. But yes, we do have people using both plotters and flatbed cutters cutting this product. Any special surface preparation for seat backs or fabric chair surfaces. With any surface, you just want to make sure you have a clean, dust-free surface. The enemy of adhesive is going to be dirt, dust, and that will deaden or lessen the ability of adhesive to stay adhered. So simply wiping it down clean so that the surface is clean is all you really need to do. When applying to low VOC paint, is there any issues with adhesive? We have found that our product sticks very well to both low VOC paints and no VOC paints. As a matter of fact, we did a demo video on a Jessup wall in our office, and it's on our website. And we had TexWalk up on this wall for well over 2.5 years. So in showing that it works well with no VOC paints, first thing we did was we removed the TexWalk that was on the wall with no issue at all, peeled it as off as we had suggested, no peeling paint, no adhesive. We then printed a new graphic. Well, before we installed the new graphic, we painted the wall with Benjamin Moore no VOC paint. We let it dry for about a week and then applied the graphic. And it has been on there now for, I think, it's got again to be over 2 years when we posted that new video. So no issue at all with low or no VOC paints.
Mike, and we also have a few additional questions. We have, when applying to cinder block, do you need to use a heat gun, and do you push into the mortar?
We do not. You do not need a heat gun when applying to cinder block. We've had the product successfully used both on cinder block interior, and this is our standard TexWalk, and this would apply to these two new versions as well too. We've had the product successfully applied to painted sheetrock interior, and they you could do either two way. You could basically tint over the mortar joints, or if you wanted to conform, you can work the product with a hard plastic squeegee into the mortar joints. It's really your option there. Because the fabric reinforced scrim keeps the vinyl from shrinking and it keeps it dimensionally stable, it keeps it from pulling out of the mortar joints. So once you get good adhesion into those mortar joints, it's going to stay put. Or you could simply just apply the graphic and just tint over the mortar joints. It's your choice. But some of the outdoor use where we have used it on smooth brick walls and smooth stucco have worked outside for up to 3 months. Interior, we say up to three years.
Sounds good. Good.
Can I go? Yeah. Can I go around the corner with TexWalk without it lifting? You can, and here what you want to do is you want to use a hard roller when applying the product to make sure you have gone over all the seams, all the corners, all the edges, a couple of times to make sure you got good contact on the surface. How long can it stay up on the wall before it loses its removability and becomes permanent? The adhesive stays soft. It doesn't harden over time, so it always remains removable. What you want to do, again, is when you remove it, is you want to pull it down on itself and never out. We've had product up on walls. Again, we rate the product for up to 3 years. But we've had products on the wall in our own offices and have removed it cleanly up to that time with no issue whatsoever. Do you need a primer on cinder block? If it's just bare cinder block that has not been primed, a lot of times you have cement dust. So I would either wipe it down very well to clean it. If you do prime it, that will help with the adhesion. So not required, but I would recommend it.
And we also have another question. Are there any burnishing issues during installation when the media is printed on latex?
I haven't seen any, no.
Good, good, good.
Which I use to clean the printed surface after installation. A damp cloth, if there's, let's say, some dirty fingerprints, you know, a mild detergent would clean it right off. Dawn soap, or, you know, if you have something in a squirt bottle, that's a mild detergent, be it 409, something like that. You can use that. You always want to use a soft towel or sponge because you don't want to scratch your graphic.
And we also have another one. Any chance this new TexWalk product will be rated for floors?
Well, you know, we have tested it for floors, and it does contain the same, if not better in some instances, about, you know, the same, really, slip rating as our standard TexWalk, both the smooth and the canvas. It was fully our intention to launch these products as new wall coverings, and our standard TexWalk for floors and walls. But as you know, with COVID and the great need for graphics, for floor graphics, we have been running light on our standard TexWalk. So you could use these products on the floors if you would like. And they do have the slip rating that the standard TexWalk does.
Sounds good. All right. If anybody has any more questions, feel free to drop them in the Q&A. Oh, we have another one. Would you need to laminate the smooth if it is applied to the floor?
Well, the slip resistant test that we tested and it passed was not laminated. So the answer is no. So here's something that you can do, because a floor graphic is going to last you about 3 months. So a lot of and that's unlaminated. A lot of the floor graphics that were put down in retail stores or grocery stores back in April are starting to look a little worn if they're not laminated. If they're a one-step floor graphic like done with our standard TexWalk or our catwalk, or who has somebody else's product that's out there. So they're starting to look like they need to be replaced.
Right.
So if you took our standard smooth TexWalk and then you applied a non-slip laminate on top of it and put on the floor, well, you're probably going to get a longer lasting graphic than the 3 months. Now, we haven't done any in-situation testing on this, but I would say you would get something easily 4 to 6 months with a laminate on top of it.
Okay, good. Sounds good. Sounds good. Right. If we have any more questions, we got a lot of questions. I will say that.
That's great. Good. Yeah, I like answering questions.
You do a good job at it. At 9 questions, 9 to 11 questions. Anybody else that has any more? Since I'll wait a little second for everybody else, but just to let you all know that you can go on our website to order both the smooth and the canvas textured. If you go on ahead and look in the webinar chat, you can see a link to purchase both of those. If you have any questions, you can definitely feel free to call us, which I'll also post in the chat, or contact us via email at info@digitalcolorinc.com, and we will continue to answer your questions. And we've got another one.
Yeah, stock available now. Yes, we have stock on the shelf ready to ship. So send in your orders to Digital Color Inc. and we'll get it shipped out right away.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Let's see. It looks like we don't have any more questions. So, Mike, I just want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your day to chat with us for a second about these two products. They're definitely really interesting. I didn't know about the that people were starting to put signage on the back of chairs. That was kind of a new thing for me.
Yeah, that is getting to be really popular now for at universities. I think the next big push for COVID messaging will be at university and college campuses where they're trying to social distance the students in the big auditorium type classrooms. But as well as when schools, your K through 12 schools start opening up and they need to transport the kids on the school buses and they want to limit the number of kids, we see that as another big opportunity for signage on the backs of the seats.
Absolutely, absolutely. Very good. All right. Well, again, thank you so much. And everybody, thank you for taking time out of your day to come and visit us and listen to Mike teach us about these new products. This has been recorded. So at any point in time today, probably a little later on, you can visit our video library, which I've also posted the link in. And you will be able to view this a little bit later and view past webinars as well. But Mike, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks, Glenn. Thanks, Digital Coloring, for providing me the opportunity to present our new products. Have a great day, everybody.